Hello, my beautiful, amazing movie freaks. If you are new here, there are going to be spoilers, but if that does not bother you, let's go ahead and jump into my review of Horizon Line. So, I actually bought this one. Now, Horizon Line is basically about a couple flying on a small plane to attend a tropical island wedding. They basically must fight for their lives to survive after their pilot tragically dies from a heart attack. So Horizon Line came out last year, and it's rated PG-13. It runs an hour and 32 minutes and is under the thriller category. It is directed by Michael Marcimane. I'm sorry if I butchered that. And written by Josh Campbell and Matthew Stuken. It stars Allison Williams, Alexander Draymond, and Keith David. So, Horizon Line. The only reason I bought this movie was for the cover. And I liked the synopsis of it. I thought it was very intriguing. It was on my watch list. Unfortunately, I was not impressed. And I'll get into that. So, our movie opens with ominous music and a vast ocean. Then the title card, like right away. We switch to home movies of a couple, then to them watching them. We meet Sarah, who's played by Allison Williams, and Jackson, who's played by Alexander Draymond. Sarah is about to leave for a job offer in London, and basically she leaves Jackson without saying goodbye because she hates goodbyes. 1 year later, we meet up with Sarah again in London on her way back to, now I don't really know how to say this, it's Maritinas, and I think it's in South Africa, for her friend Pasquale's wedding. She is the maid of honor. So she ends up seeing her ex at a party, and it's basically awkward. They go back to her place and break the ice. You can tell Jackson is still hurt after the way that things were left. Sarah, of course, is very apologetic, but Jackson is, is a little bit weary. They argue for a minute, but then they hook up, of course, because they still have that passion between them. After they spend the night together, she basically dips because she's already late for the wedding. She misses the only ferry to her friend's wedding, so she hops on a small plane with her old friend Freddie, who's played by Keith David. And guess who shows up on the same flight? Jackson, who is obviously upset that she's on the same plane because he's not happy that she basically left again. So Freddie ends up having a heart attack on the flight, and they start to go down, but because Sarah has flown with Freddie before, she kind of gets them back to normal. They basically end up with no pilot, no GPS, no autopilot, and basically not even a half a tank of gas. They come into contact with help over the radio, and they tell her to head west, which is in the direction of the storm that they see, to the direct right of them. So I'm going to stop right there. Gosh, where should I start? I think the movie would have been good if the actors and the acting were better, and I hate saying that, but either they were over or under acting. It was nowhere in between, or it was either one or the other. Especially the main character, Sarah. She was monotone and had no authentic emotion behind her acting at all. It also seems that bad things happen like right after another, and it was kind of annoying, and actually became I really became quite annoyed with the bad things that were happening. Like, literally, it was like one right after another. Usually when a movie, like, 5 minutes will pass or 10 minutes will pass and something small will happen, but it'll turn out to be, a flop. But there was just one thing happening right after another, and it was like, come on. Like, it was very predictable. I mean, the bad things were just too much. I only finished it for the sake of the review. Unfortunately, I blind bought the movie, like I said. But it does have a cool slip, so it's okay. But if I could go back and repurchase, I wouldn't purchase. And I feel like the transitions from scene to scene were very messy. I didn't really like the cinematography that much. Like, the CGI was, I want to say, like, maybe like 1 out of 10. It was not very good at all. I just feel like they could have done better. It's actually a very good story, but the acting, of course, you can't have a film without the actors. So if they had better actors, I think it might have been better, unfortunately. So I don't know. I just feel like it's not a very good film for me. There's really very few movies that I give this low of rating to. And I basically give Horizon Line 1.5 planes. I was very disappointed, and I was actually really looking forward to watching this movie. So I was very disappointed. So the movie that I'm most excited to see is The Fallout, and that one is out now. I'm really excited to see that one. Hopefully I don't get disappointed like this one. But yeah, that's it for my review of the Horizon Line. I do have a couple reviews set up. The next one's going to be Monster Hunter. I just need to finish writing it up and putting my thoughts down. If you guys have seen this movie, tell me what you guys thought about it down in the description below. Also, leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you have not done so already. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.